Yo, what's up guys? Welcome back to another video, and today we have a little bit of a different video for you guys. We always work on cars, so you can see I'm in my garage, and it's a huge mess because I was just working on my friend's IS300 and I pulled the transmission for him. Here's his old transmission, he has to come pick it up, and some of his old parts. So I do have to clean all this mess. It's not terrible, but it's a huge mess. Today we're not recording a car video, we're actually recording a garage video. I've been wanting to make this garage way better. It's a fairly small garage compared to the one that I had before, but we're making it work. So one of my biggest issues I'm having with this garage now is drainage issues. So this garage does get flooded. Last year or 2 years ago when I bought this house, I had my friend come over and do the drywall. So luckily we did not finish it because I have to replace from this line to the bottom all the way across. It has to be replaced. As you can see, there's some black mold growing on the wall. It's pretty disgusting. When I first bought the house, I did not know that the garage get flooded, so I went ahead, had the drywall done, and then like a week or two later it started raining again pretty hard, and we got water in here, and that's where I noticed that the water was getting in, and it was coming in from this corner. So unfortunately, the way that this driveway is pitched goes straight to the garage, and the water pulls up onto the garage door, and eventually it drains into the garage from the bottom. As you can see, all the siding is getting all messed up from the inside and outside. This whole seal, it's all tore up now. The wood is getting messed up. So everything that I have here always gets wet. We always get a bunch of water coming in, and it pulls all the way to the back of the garage. And then if it rains for a while, we have a huge pool of water in here on the back left of the garage. And it's just very frustrating. One, because it's gross. The drywall, it's all moldy. And two, I get water in here, so now I have to dry it out or wait for it to dry out, and it's just not a good scenario. So I've been wanting to do this training for a while. I never had time, and of course I'm doing this all late, and I'm gonna have to rush the whole thing. So the idea that I've come up with, guys, is a drain that you can buy from Lowe's and Menards. So my plan right now is to put the drain right at the edge of the garage, or right at the end of the driveway where it meets the garage. It is 10 feet long. I'm pretty sure you can buy bigger ones, but as far as I know right now, the only one that I've seen are 10 feet long. So it will be all the way to here. This is 10 feet from here to the end. All right, guys, so the camera died, so I'm not sure where you guys left off. But I've been running around all day for the past 4 hours trying to get everything I need. And I think I got it. I got concrete gravel over there. I have the channel. I have the channel drain. I went ahead and picked up this concrete saw that I rented. I'm gonna have to turn it in tomorrow. I have to return it tomorrow morning. So I'm gonna go ahead and cut whatever I need. But basically I'm gonna cut where this line is that I painted. And basically the drain's gonna be just like how it's sitting right now. Pour concrete on both sides. And yeah, I mean, it's pretty straightforward. I went ahead and dug over here just to see where I'm gonna run my drain line. I'm gonna have to make it out of PVC from here, so the drain probably gonna end right here where this is, and then I'm just going to put a 90 with a 3-inch, go all the way out to around maybe 5-8 feet, and then run PVC all the way there, and then I'll have a corrugated drain pipe all on the ground. I'm not sure how far I'm gonna go, but it's gonna go pretty far back just to make sure the water drains past the garage. And yeah, I mean, I was gonna get the pipe right now, but I wanted to make sure I cut first just to see what kind of pipe I need, because I'm not sure how many angles I'm gonna need to make this work. Maybe just straight and a 90 and maybe like a 45, that's what I'm guessing, but I will not know for sure until I get it done. So yeah, let me move this out of the way, get this all prepped up. And it's the first time I'm ever gonna use a saw. I've used the handheld ones, but I never used a walking saw. It'll be fun learning how this is gonna work. Hopefully I don't make it too much of a mess in the garage. I'm gonna have the garage open, so that kind of sucks. And I'm not sure if I mentioned this earlier, but the whole reason I'm doing this is so I can finish the drywall, and I can put a ceiling on this, make sure everything looks nice, and put AC on this thing because it's way too hot during the day here. I've been here for literally 2 seconds and I'm sweating, dripping sweat. My thermostat, I believe, maxes out at 99, and it's already maxed out. It says high, it doesn't show anymore. So it's 90 degrees outside. It's probably like 105 degrees in here, maybe more. And it's just unbearable working this garage in the summer. because the sun hits the garage all day. The sun rises from the east and it goes all the way down here to the west, and it just ends up, you know, behind the garage at the end of the day. As you can see now, it's already 5 o'clock, so it's going towards the back of the garage. So all day long the sun just beams on this garage, and it's just unbearable. I have no trees. I only have the one in the front, and that's it. This one do nothing, and I just cannot work in this garage when it's hot. It's just crazy. So my plan is put some wood on the top, close the top end, and then put a mini split in here, and hopefully it keeps it, since the walls are insulated, hopefully it keeps it cool enough. But we'll see how that works. But yeah, let me start working on this because it's way too late and it's way too hot already. So I actually forgot to go over it with you guys, but when I went ahead and picked up this machine, I believe I rented it for 2-3 hours, but it was gonna be cutting it close to the time that they closed the store. So I brought it home. I wanted to turn it on, and as soon as I pulled on the cord snapped and the machine would not start. So I had to go back. Luckily they had a new cord, put it on, and it took me way longer, so I had to drop it off in the morning, and they did not charge me more, but it was a hassle. All right guys, so finished cutting everything. I'm cutting up to here because that's how big the channel is, and then I was able to get this corner off started, but it's taking way too long. I'm over here hammering it with a sledgehammer, and it's just taking way too long to break it up in parts. I'm gonna keep going, see how far I can get. Maybe I should go to the store and get like a little pick and pick at it. But yeah, I'm gonna close the garage, but you can see all the water that went in there, and then just from cutting this, and look at the water that's all the way on the floor over there. So I'm gonna have a bunch of concrete watery stuff in here now, which kind of sucks. It's gonna suck to clean. But I'm gonna close the door because every time I hammer, water splatters everywhere. As you can tell, it's all the way over here, over on my lift. It's getting everywhere. So let me close the garage door and then keep hitting with the sledgehammer for a couple more minutes. If I see that it's gonna take too long, I'm just gonna go to pick and maybe break it up with a pick. I'm soaking full of sweat. Finally was able to finish breaking all the concrete out. Now I have to pick it up, put it in my truck. Well, first empty all the concrete from the truck, and then put all this in my truck so I can take it to my mom's house. She has a big yard, and she has a spot where I dump my concrete at. So I gotta put all this in her truck, which is not gonna be fun, and it's gonna suck taking all those bags of concrete out. But the bottom of this concrete is super soft. Luckily I bought gravel because it's just soaking wet, and you can see my pry bar just goes straight in there. That's why this whole concrete cracked. I'm guessing they didn't backfill this, didn't put no gravel or nothing in the bottom. I'm guessing they just poured the concrete with no backfill, nothing, and that's why it cracked. As you can see, the whole driveway, it's all messed up. I do have to get it done, but to be honest, I want to sell this house in a couple years, so I don't want to dump too much money into it, and that's why I'm just doing what I'm doing, just to save some money, and the next owner can deal with the driveway, because I do not want to spend 10 grand to get the whole driveway done right now. Man, and let me tell you guys, this was a workout for sure. So I had to load these bags by myself, which you might not think, you know, it's not much, only 20 bags in total, I believe. But each bag was 60 pounds, I believe, and the gravel was 50. So it was definitely a workout, from having to sledgehammer the concrete for like 45 minutes straight, and then to unload this, to go back and start loading up the concrete all by myself. And, you know, it's not that bad, but when it's 98 degrees outside, you're sweating, and you have to lift all this heavy stuff, it definitely, it's not the most fun. Alright guys, so I went ahead, got this pretty cleaned out, as you can see. I still have to lay some gravel on the bottom, but I just wanted to get the gist of it, see how it looks. I do have to dig here pretty deep, as you can see, so I can get this channel down. Probably have to dig around, I'd say around 4 inches all the way into the fence, so I can run the pipe. Probably run straight and a 90, and then straight out there. I'll probably 90 off, or like 45 off towards the grass, and then here I have my drainage pipe on this side of the fence that is gonna go probably halfway down the grass, and they'll be all dug in there. I might run 3-inch pipe. This is 4-inch pipe. This channel takes either 3 or 4. 3-inch would be a little better to fit here, and it should be plenty enough to draw some water out. So I am gonna go ahead and buy a 3-inch 90, or a couple 90s and a 45, and some straight pipe. But yeah, let me go ahead and start digging. I'm gonna, since I already have this 4-inch here, I'm just gonna use this as a mock-up, just to see where I want to place everything, and then we'll go from there. But yeah, let me start digging here and get this pretty much like I said, probably around 5-6 inches of dirt down, and that's how most of it's gonna look. It is gonna be offset, it's not gonna be all the way to the end. I tried buying more, but they do not carry any more of this, and they only have it by 10-foot sections, and I don't, you know, I cannot use a 10-foot section. So unfortunately it's gonna be like that. But all the water accumulates in this corner, so that's perfectly fine. I never get water in here, so I don't think that should be a big deal. There's a piece of concrete right here that it's all cracked, as you can see. I am gonna remove it because it's pretty thin. It's like barely 1.5 inches thick, and if I move it, I can see a flex. So I'm gonna remove that, probably fill this with concrete. I might need more concrete since I'm gonna be filling all that in this, but I'm just gonna keep the 15 bags for now, and then if I need more, I'll buy more. It's only 5 minutes on the street, so it shouldn't be that big of a deal. But let me rip this out of here and start digging over there. So here I started digging out to pass the PVC pipe out to the yard, or past the fence, and quickly I found out that this was going to take way longer than I expected, especially once I started doing the yard here. I noticed how deep I had to go since the garage was taller, and I was definitely going to need some help to dig the whole yard
Camera is literally burning hot. I can barely hold it, so hot. God dang GoPros. Digging the trench, coming along nicely. The only thing that sucks, since the driveway is lower than this grass, I have to dig really deep, probably like over 12 inches deep to get it leveled. And I gotta bust out the level a little bit, make sure it's all level, but I still have to go down probably at least 3 inches more, just so it's level with the channel, or I mean on a slope down. All right, so I went ahead, put some gravel down, I got it leveled, and I have it on a slight slope towards this side where it's going to be draining, so it should be good. But I'll verify before I pour the concrete, of course. But before I keep digging, I just have to go get ahead. I have to go and get the 3-inch pipe, just because it's hard to tell how deep I have to go without the pipe, and you know, I have to level and all that. So I definitely have to go lower, I know that for sure. But it's just with a 4-inch, with not having anything right now, it's hard to tell. And I have to make sure I pack gravel and dirt underneath the pipe so it doesn't sink in right here when I pour the concrete. But yeah, I mean, it's gonna look pretty good. I'm excited. Let me just go ahead, go to Menards real quick, get the pipe, and I'll be right back. All right guys, so I went ahead, picked up the pipe. It took me a while. I was trying to get a 3-inch pipe because it would be easier to pass and I wouldn't have to dig as much. But they didn't have corrugated, like sewer, they call it PVC sewer pipe. They didn't have any in 3-inch. They had a normal Schedule 40, but that pipe is too thick to be running because of here. I could make it work, but it was gonna be too many adapters, and I just didn't want to deal with it. So I went ahead and just got 4-inch. I am gonna be running this pipe through here, and then whatever the pipe gives me, and whatever ends, it ends, and then I'll just run the drain pipe probably like 10 more feet after that. But I got the first corner done. I'm just digging to make it even because I have to dig pretty deep, I'm not gonna lie, since this area of the grass is way taller than the driveway itself. Once I go down, I will have to dig less because it's downhill, but over here it's super deep. It's almost where I need it to be, but I still need to dig more. And but yeah, this is all ready to be poured. Once I do this, I can probably start pouring, and then I can dig. I do want to get the pour done today because it's gonna be raining tomorrow all day. So I want to get this done as early as possible so it could dry by tomorrow. Hopefully it doesn't take too long to set, but I think overnight it'll be fine setting, and then tomorrow when the rain hits it, it should be fine. But yeah, it's super hot. It's 90 degrees outside already. It's barely 11:30. So after digging for a little bit here, I noticed that it's gonna take me way too long to dig all this by myself and pour it today. So I called one of my buddies. He said that he's down to help me, so I told him I'll pay hourly. It's not much, but I can pay him. He was willing to help for free last time, so I'm gonna pay him to come over and help me. So I'm probably gonna go pick him up in a little bit if he kind of get a ride here. But yeah, he's gonna come help me pour the concrete and just dig here. 2 people's gonna be way faster. Just being by myself is taking me way too long. And I have my baby right here, and I have the fan on her. Like the garage is not that hot, but outside the sun is beaming. So I know the baby's gonna be stopping me because she wants to eat, or I have to change her diaper and just hang out with her. So I know being by myself, I could probably finish it today, but it's gonna be late tonight, and I want to finish this before 7 o'clock tonight. So I got 7 hours to finish it. I think it should be done by then with 2 people, so we'll see. All right, guys, so Brandon came over. He's over here helping me dig. I went ahead and got the pipe already routed. We got to route as much as I could, and then from here on, where you see him at, we're gonna go straight back with the corrugated pipe. But this should be good enough. It's sloped correctly. I already checked with my level, which I don't know where I left it at, but I checked it already, and it's all should be good. So I'm gonna go ahead, pour dirt. I have to fill this all the way back up to the fence, because when I pour the concrete, you know, I don't want the concrete to go all the way in there, of course. So I gotta fill all this with dirt. I'm gonna cover the whole pipe on this side too, just to make sure that you know, I don't go through a lot of concrete, because then I'm really gonna need more bags. So I'm just gonna make it same height as everything, and then I'll pour the concrete. But yeah, let me go ahead and start filling this back up with dirt. So I'm not sure if my friend Brandon is going to be watching this, but I told him already. But huge shout out to Brandon, because like I said, I quickly find out that I was going to need a hand with digging, because while I was doing all the PVC stuff, running all the hoses and stuff, he was going ahead and digging the yard more for me. You could see him back there digging away while I was putting some dirt on the PVC pipe just to cover it, just so I don't have to use, you know, 2 or 3 bags of concrete on this hole. So I just wanted to make sure it was nice and level with the gravel and the concrete underneath the channel, so I can just go ahead and pour concrete over it. Instead of having to pour 8 inches of concrete, I can pour 5 inches of concrete. So yeah, but he was done back there, and I was about to be done here, so we can start pouring the concrete. All right, guys, we got everything pretty much done to pour the concrete. We have the expansion joint set up. We just have to hold it up whenever we pour the concrete. But this whole side is good. It's all flat, and we got I think around 5 inches of concrete on this corner and throughout the whole thing. So it should be pretty good. It's better than the concrete had in it. The concrete that it's in, it's like 2 inches, some spots, or there are like 4 inches. So we're definitely gonna be pouring more concrete in, and I hope it doesn't crack, or, you know, when you drive over it, it's all good. But I'm gonna set you guys to the side, do some time lapse, and we're gonna start pouring concrete. All right, guys, so we just finished pouring the concrete. Not sure how long it took. It's probably like an hour and a half, I think, 2 hours. It's not perfect, but it's gonna work. I'm gonna be pulling the tape in a little bit. I'm just waiting it to tack up a little bit before I pull the tape. But I tried pitching it into it. It looks pretty good. The only thing I'm worried is about this expansion foam thingy-majiggy. There's a gap between it on the back part, so I'm not sure if that's gonna cause an issue with water. If anything, I'll probably cut and spray some foam in there, but we'll see. Big shout out to Brandon for coming through. He did most of, like 90% of the work of mixing, because I only did like 2 bags, and then I had to finish the concrete, so he was mixing it all. But yeah, we're super tired. I have not eaten breakfast yet, and it's already 3:20, so we're gonna go ahead, take a break, go get some lunch, and then I'll be back to finish that, which hopefully like in an hour we can finish this, because he already dug up pretty much everything. In case I have to go a little further, then we'll go a little further, but I think that should be it. So just putting the pipe in it, and then just closing it up, and we should be done. All right, guys, so we officially finished it. It's 5:50 o'clock, and I'll be at this in the morning, but he got here like at 12:40, and without his help, I would not finish this till like midnight. So big shout out to Brandon for coming over. We ended up going a little further with the drainage pipe. I see how this is left over, but we went all the way down here. So initially I stopped here, but I wanted to pitch it towards the center of the driveway, of the center of the yard, because the lady next door, she always complains that she gets water in her yard, so I didn't want to get more water into her yard, so I didn't go further than that. But yeah, it came up pretty good. The grass is gonna look like crap for a while, but it is what it is. We tried taking as much dirt as possible. I got it wet, and I tried compact it down, but not bad for the first time really doing something like this. And he's never done it before, so it was our first time ever doing something like this. And it's already pretty dried up, so by tomorrow I should be completely dry, and it's gonna be raining tomorrow all day, so I'll be testing out the garage. I believe this, and the water's pretty much dry from yesterday from doing the cutting, but I have a bunch of concrete dust in my garage now that I have to clean completely. But hopefully tomorrow when it rains, the water stays here. I pitched it. It's hard to tell on camera, but the top part, it's pitched into the drain itself, and same thing with the other side, so the water should flow straight into the drain, and it should not go into the garage, hopefully. But yeah, I think that's it for this video, guys. I'm gonna be having more videos of the whole garage. Next step is replacing the drywall, the one that's moldy on this side, and putting new one and start moving everything around so I can start finishing the drywall, and then I'll probably do the roof. So if you guys want to keep track of the garage, it's a huge mess right now, but hopefully by next year I'll have it completely done with AC and all that. Winter's coming around the corner, so I don't think I have to put AC now. It's already about to be August next week, so I don't think there's any need to put AC. But we're completely drenched in sweat. We've been working at it for 5 hours, and over 5 hours, and it was 90 something degrees earlier, and the sun was beaming, and now the sun is gone as soon as we finish. But anyways guys, thank you guys for watching. If you guys want to watch more, make sure to click that subscribe button, and I'll see you in the next one.